sex and sports. Have I got your attention? I know it might seem like an unlikely pairing, but these two interests can coexist more harmoniously than you think. If you have that super fan in your life who's giving LeBron way too much of his undivided attention, stick around for expert tips on how to make game day work for you and your relationship. That's all right now on Insiders Health News. Just in time for that big series on the show today, we have Leah Jantzen, sports relationship coach and author of How to Score with Your Man by Being a Fan. So we should definitely start off this conversation with a little disclaimer that we're both big sports fans. So in no way are we saying that women are not into sports, but we are aware of the stats that indicate that men are more often the super fan. So we're all familiar with that stereotypical scenario where the man is consumed in his sports game and women just can't seem to infiltrate that ESPN force field. Have you had experiences like this?
Yes, I mean, like you, Kim, I'm a big sports fan. I grew up watching sports, so it's been something that I'm accustomed to. However, each man that I've had relationships with in my lifetime are all different about how they watch their sports. Some don't want you in the room, some don't want you to speak, some want you to watch with them, some want you to just, be there but not participate. And I find that my husband luckily wants me there and kind of likes watching with me, alongside with me. But it's determining what your man wants. What kind of involvement would he prefer to have you do with him in his sports?
So in your experiences as a relationship coach, you see a lot of people coming in talking about their issues. How often is sports actually a topic of contention in marriages or other relationships?
You know what? The sports is just part of it. A lot of men, it's about what compromise. Guys want to watch their football all day on Sunday, but there's other things to do that day. There's the lawn to mow and there's the cars to wash. I mean, who gets to do what? It's negotiation. And sometimes I get couples who it's not sports, it's he wants to go fishing all day, or he wants to go golfing all day, or he wants to go hang out with his guys. Whatever it is that you're having trouble negotiating, you got to figure out how to make it work and how to balance it out. So there's this tension around the sports, and the guys want to enjoy it. They look forward to it all week long. I can't wait for Sunday football. I can just veg out on the couch and watch TV and just lose myself. And here's this nagging wife going, you still need to go to the grocery store. You still need to do this and that. So, finding a way that they can both be happy.
Because we hear this concept of sports widows. This is like the women who have essentially lost their men to the TV when game day rolls around. And, you feel so bad because you do feel like you're nagging them. So it is about getting that balance, and finding a way to make that detachment not such a negative thing.
Absolutely. I think the first thing to do is ask your husband, what's the most important game or event going on this week? Because let's face it, if he's given carte blanche, he's going to watch something every night. If it were up to my husband, anything with a ball, a winner, a loser, a ref, and he's watching it. So leave them to their own devices and they're just going to consume themselves. So ask your partner, what do you really want to watch this week? What do you want to absolutely be left alone for? Take that first step. And then he goes, oh, this is kind of nice. So next time you want to go get your nails done or do something on your own, he's going to remember that you gave him that freedom to watch the game uninterrupted.
And I know a lot of women right now, they're like, whoa, that's it. That's a lot of freedom to give my man. But you hit the nail on the head there. There are times when you want them to compromise to your lifestyle. You want to have them watch a chick flick or watch one by yourself. And you want them to just go away and go and do their own thing. So it is about that compromise. All right, so next tip.
Well, look, let's face it, everybody's watching sports for a reason. What's all this about? What is so exciting that, millions and millions of people are watching? I call it reality TV for men. It's like the Housewives for men. There's a lot going on the TV with the sports. So pick a team, pick a sport, pick a person. If it's Tim Tebow you think he's cute, he's got great values, start to follow him, read up on him, watch, get interested, I tell the ladies, pick a sport, pick a person, pick something that you can just start to have your own thing. Like I said, it's all about taking steps. towards your guy. I know people are saying, oh my gosh, forget it, he doesn't give me an inch. But if you make that step and make an effort, it's going to go a long way.
And the game itself can be interesting too. I mean, we are competitive in nature as well, and I think we can definitely get into the game if we just sit down and give ourselves that time to really absorb it and come to understand it. And I heard you say as well that to ask questions of our men. If you don't know what's going on, you know, some of you might, if you don't know what's going on, ask them what the rules are, you know, ask them what that play just meant. And I think that kind of feeds their ego too, and that could actually help you.
Absolutely, Kim, that's so smart, because if you say to them, can you help me with this? Or my tip for that is ask your man to pick a game that's on during the week that he has no interest in. That doesn't mean anything. Like one of the football games that he's not watching either team, or he doesn't have 8 fantasy players that he's watching. And during that game, pause the TV. The DVR is a beautiful thing. This is a perfect way for us to learn and say, you know what, can you sit with me and just go over some of this stuff? Because I'm so confused and I don't know what questions to ask and when, and I don't want to bug you. And he'll be like, sure, that's cool. You know, because there's lots of games on that don't mean anything to them. So that's the tip for how to get a lot of those questions answered, that he's not shushing you going, no, wait. You know, so pick a game that has no importance.
Right. And then he'll feel intelligent and masculine, and it'll definitely work out for you. So another tip that you gave was make game night date night. And I love this concept. I think this is brilliant. So tell us how we can do that.
Well, first of all, I think you have to get your guy on board and say, okay, I want to watch with you. Let's do this together, because here's the thing. We are running crazy lives. We go a million different directions. I'm one way, my husband's the other way. What do we do at night? That's our downtime. We want to spend it together. I don't want to be upstairs watching HGTV while he's watching, you know, game 7 of the you know, the finals or whatever's on. So we want to be together. So let's find a way that we can be together during this time. So let's make it a date night. Instead of, you know, sitting on the couch drinking beers and eating, you know, dirty wings, let's make it wine and cheese. Let's class it up a little bit so that, you know, your woman is more likely to come sit next to you. You know, take a shower. Don't wear those grungy pants that you mowed the lawn in. Let's make it a little bit more appealing to your woman, and you can watch it together and have that compromise. She's more likely to get into it, and you're more likely to enjoy the game as well.
Sports can be sexy, and if you think about it, especially if you're looking for some sort of intimacy afterwards, if you're full on conqueso, that's not going to happen, honey. So you need to definitely lighten it up a little bit, get a little more sexy with it. I think that's a brilliant idea.
My tip is, look, at the beginning of every week or weekend or whenever the sports week in your man's world starts, just ask him, you know, what's it look like this week? What's going on? Are you going to be out of, you know, totally out of commission, and we're not going to have any time together this week because, you know, the NBA finals are on or the hockey's on? Give me a rundown of the week, because I'm gonna split. I'm gonna make plans with my girlfriends so that I don't resent you for sitting there all week long and vegging out on the couch. And he'll say, yeah, this is a busy week, but next week, you know, there's not that much going on.
Well, you can read all of Leah's tips in her book, How to Score with Your Man by Being a Fan, and at leahjantzen.com. And don't forget to check out more on relationship health at InsidersHealth.com. Until next time, good game.